I'm pretending it's demon food.
Because I'm Inuyasha. Did you enjoy your demon food, Pulax?
Yeah, rawr.
It's delicious.
Let's see.
Yeah, we were talking about Inuyasha on the last episode.
Oh, where are we?
Yeah.
Here's tomorrow's for. Oh, you get a rainy day.
That's good. That means I don't have to water the crops.
I know. I hate you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I remember when I first watched Inuyasha and it was like, this is pretty good. And then like 10 episodes passed and it's like, this is alright. And then 10 more episodes passed and it's like, this is just the same thing over and over again. And then I think I watched like 10 more and I just stopped because like it's the same thing every time. It's like Pokemon syndrome. Like, they fucking meet some people, they help them, Team Rocket shows up, and they go away, and you just repeat that. Nothing changes.
He always gets in trouble, he saves her.
And then Naruto's there, and he's like, I'm Naruto, I'm bad. And they're like, oh, well, we'll stop you again. And he'd be like, I'll be back. And they shake their fist, and
I bet you will.
None of the characters grow, and this is another day on the farm.
Well, some of them grow later.
It's better than Pokemon.
What's his face? Monk Man.
Man.
What's his name?
Like, I loved Pokemon when I was a kid, the show. And, like, it's still alright. Like, I still like the first season.
It's funny to watch.
The first season was good. Oh my god, that laptop's loud. I have to turn it off.
Okay.
But, what was I saying? Yeah, but, like, every episode's the exact same bullshit. Ash and friends find some Pokemon or some people, and they help them. And then they decide that they're fucking... I don't know. I'll explain this after we name her chicken. What are we calling this bitch?
Finger? Fingers.
Come Fing.
Num Num?
Come Fing.
Fing?
No.
Num Num?
Num
Num chicken.
Come Frig.
Why?
Because Frig is female masturbation. And then we'll call the next one Fap. Okay?
Alright.
Frig and Fap.
Stupid.
I remember the day that I learned what Frig meant. It was funny. It was in you remember Mr. Power, right?
Yeah.
It was in his physics class, and I think I said Frig, and he's like, don't say that. And I was like, why? He was like, it means female masturbation. I was like, oh, didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. And I was a very happy person.
Alright, chickens.
Did you know that? Did you know frigging was female masturbation?
No.
Me neither. I just thought it was a word that you...
It's a substitute for fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I take it as.
That's, yeah. Frig. So it'll be Graham and Mac and Ryan and Jamie and Frig and Fap.
Frig and Frap. Frig and Frap.
Or we
Frap,
could come
Fap.
Should we come Fap or Fappy? Yeah,
Friggy.
Friggy Fappy. Oh yeah, so I was talking about how Pokemon, yeah. So every single Pokemon is, they run into like some people they need to help or some Pokemon they need to help. And then they help them and they're like, thanks. And if there's a strong Pokemon they could catch, they're like, no. And then if they catch a Pokemon, if it evolves, he's like, I'm gonna give this away because it's too good. And then whenever they go to a gym, they're like, well, I'm not good enough to beat this gym leader, but I sure will help it with some mundane task and then it'll give me a badge. And that's Pokemon. And whenever that's not happening, Team Rocket shows up. And they try to get that Pikachu, which isn't really that good. It's not that good of a Pikachu. Like, I think I'm rambling, but I'm sorry. I'm very, very interested in
passionate about
Pokemon. Passionate about my Pokemon anime. But seriously, like, do you think if they ever caught Pikachu, do you think Giovanni would give a fuck?
He had a Mewtwo at one time. I don't know if he really...
He probably pays
He's probably
Team
giving
Rocket.
up on it.
They probably have like an annual salary that they're like fucking doing this shit, and all they do is try to get a Pikachu, while like other members of Team Rocket are probably pulling in like hundreds of Pokemon like a month. And it's just like, oh, but it's a really good Pikachu. And he'd be like, I don't give a shit. You're fired.
I've got like 10 Pikachus here.
Like, how about that talking Meowth you got there? What are you going to do with that? That'll probably do something for us.
Some medicine.
You know, one of a kind talking Meowth. That might be of worth to us.
Let's see what time it's.
And James is just like, right? Make it double.
Huh. Alright then.
What'd he say?
Give him a flower. I like him.
Cliff's cool.
Thank you.
I love him.
Yeah, if we played Back to Nature, we could... Well, actually not. The PSP version of Back to Nature. You can marry him.
I don't know how to emulate PSP games, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We don't need to play any PSP games.
But we can play Corpse Party.
You can get that on computer soon enough. It actually is going to be on, like, computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're making a new thing of it and putting it on computer. I don't know if it's going on Steam, but I don't like... from what I've seen, they changed stuff, and I don't really like it.
Like what?
Like, what did they change exactly? Like, when the characters talk, sometimes, like, a little box comes up, and it'll have, like, a pixelated version of them, and I'm like, I don't like that as much as, like, the actual drawn stuff.
Oh, so they, like, get rid of, like, the art?
I'll show you after. If it's what it's gonna be. What? What? What's wrong?
What'd you say?
I don't know. She looked down. Oh,
Hey,
my dog's still
yeah,
here.
weird.
What the fuck were you
so
doing?
I guess he was okay in the storm.
I guess so.
He just
But the
became-
horse wasn't.
So you could just leave the dog here and he could be the bar dog.
I suppose.
By the way, Corpse Party is a PSP horror game, if anyone doesn't know.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd mention that. Everyone was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is Corpse Party?
From what the pictures I saw, I didn't like what they were doing, but I forget. It was weird because it was like a remake of the PC one, but not. It was really
Weird.
confusing.
It has a weird, like, history. I find it so weird when games, like, are just hard to get
Because
into.
it was
because
an
of that.
old game on the computer, and it was like an RPG Maker game, and then they brought it to like. They made a different one and with different darker story. And
I always find that stuff it really makes me want to not play a game when it's hard to figure out which game I'm supposed to play.
Oh, well, it's easy over here because we only got 2 of them. So those are the ones you play.
Didn't Markiplier fuck it up though? Like
he fucked it up.
Everybody wanted to play Corpse Party and he played the RPG Maker one by
That
mistake.
was funny. He's like, what? I heard this game was like really fucking long. What's going on?
Whoops.
He's like, I don't get it. People have like had a full like 20-some episode things of this. I don't understand.
How
Then he
droll.
figured it out.
Yeah.
But he said he's gonna play them.
Right on.
Let's see.
I'd like to watch his interpretation of it.
I've watched every single one so far, and I still
Wow.
plan on playing it myself.
Ah,
I've watched.
you showed me like 2 episodes and it made me really depressed.
Because you got to like the worst parts.
It was really depressing. See you
Anyways,
tomorrow, guys.
We'll talk about
Or whenever I put it on
things.
the next episode. Bye.